At the last estimates, you may recall I made a promise that I would read back the Hansard to you in relation to the very distressing situation that many Australians are finding themselves in, where they've had a loved one die or they've had an injury and they go to their super fund and they're not able to get their insurance payout, which is very distressing because they're having to provide additional documentation at a most troubling time. And in fact, we had the Complaints Tribunal here this morning saying that this was a real concern for them. It was coming through in their data. So, as I say, I was keen to understand what action you've taken in the last few months. When you were here in October, you said you were aware of the issues and that it's an emerging theme and that you're prioritising it as an issue.
Yes, Senator. Well, I was somewhat anticipating you may return.
I like to be true to label.
That theme. I'm grateful for the consistency. So I want to confirm this is an area we've got a strong focus on. It's a priority for us. We have a dedicated project relating to delivery of member services by superannuation funds, and it's a multi-phase project, Senator. We're going to be doing it throughout 2024 and beyond. We are focusing initially on death benefits claims handling, and that was the issue I think that we talked about last time. We have investigations underway. We are aware of the issues that AFCA has reported and the complaints that they're getting. We're also aware of the various media reports about those trustees that are, it's asserted in the media, are engaging in unacceptable delays in the processing of these claims. So I can assure you we're looking at it. It is front and centre. I haven't got a case to announce to you today, but I can assure you that we will be continuing to focus on that.
Can I ask you about the poor man from Tasmania, Mr John Bothman, who we discussed last time?
Yes.
He had to provide a second death certificate for his wife. So do you know how that got on? That's very distressing for this man.
No, I don't have individual information about that particular case.
And could you take that one on notice? Because I think it's important that we follow through these cases. Very, very unfortunate, quite unsavoury, really, behaviour.
Well, we agree with you, Senator, and that's obviously not the only case that we are aware of, multiple distressing experiences of members by their super funds, and that's something that we are continuing to focus on.
Could you please provide some data to the committee on notice about the actions you've taken and some examples, because I think it's really important that we don't... I'm obviously happy to come back next time and canvass it again, but it would be good to get some hard evidence that the super funds are acting in the interests of the workers, because at the moment I think it's clear that they're not.
Absolutely, Senator. And without wanting to prolong, of course, yes, indeed, we need to look at what are the systemic issues in these super funds, and the way that trustees are dealing with their members is something that we need to look at and are looking at in a systemic way. We're not an individual complaints handling body. AFCA is there to do that.
Yeah, but it's systemic, isn't it?
Well, that's what AFCA is telling us.
Yeah.
AFCA is saying there are systemic issues here, and we are absolutely...
Yeah, so the funds are going to keep doing it unless you crack down on them.
Absolutely. And Senator, ASIC is extraordinarily active in enforcement of superannuation. We've got 10 matters, I think, before the courts at the moment, including Telstra Super and Australian Super and Active Super and a number of others. So, I want to reassure you we are in court in relation to super trustees as we speak in multiple matters.